Okay, let's talk a little bit about the number plane that we've been using, just to make sure we understand the terminology and how to do some skills with it that we need for the rest of the work. It's called a Cartesian plane. Why? Because it's named after this French mathematician called René Descartes. And you can see what we're using the last part of his name to come up with the term Cartesian plane. You might also know it as just the XY number plane. Why? Because the X is the horizontal number line. There it is there. And the Y, it's actually off my diagram. It should say Y there. That's the vertical one there. So perhaps I should just write the Y in there so that we know that it's there. Every point on that plane, that flat area, can be given like a coordinate pair, two numbers. So let's say I've got some point here. I'm going to call that point A. Well, what are its coordinates? Well, let's have a look. If I drop down to the X axis, I can see that's lined up nicely with 7. All right, there's 7 right there. And if I go across to the Y axis, that's 7 there as well. So that's got an X and a Y coordinate, both the same of 7. Let's do one where they're not the same. I'm going to put a point over here, B. Let's see if we can read off its coordinates. So let's drop down, always X before Y. Every single point on the XY number plane has its X coordinate first. So let's go and have a look where it is on the X axis. That's at -4. And where is it if I line it up with the Y axis? That's at 2. So we have the Y coordinate's always the second number. The X coordinate is the first number. And that shows us how we label a point and where we draw it in space. Let's just see if we can draw one if it's given its coordinates. So let's go C. I'm going to say that there's a point at 2, -6. Now where would that be? All right, how do I plot point C? So I'm going to go along the X first. I'm going to find where 2 is. Right there. So it's somewhere along there. But then I've got to go down to -6 on the Y. So here I am at 2, and I'm going to go down to -6 on the Y. See, there's -6 there. So there's that point C at 2 -6. So hopefully that's a reminder of how to draw points on the number line, or well, the number plane, I should say. Okay.